Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to touch base with you and give you some information about how to kind of navigate through Blackboard and some things you should be looking for in ALEKS this first week. I've had a couple of questions, so I just want to remind you that as you can see here during this first week, there are first week activities listed. I've gotten you on here, and I've got links on here, so you can see on the link you can link to the Blackboard student orientation to watch that. I've got login instructions for ALEKS. A lot of you've done that. Your initial knowledge check is required this week for attendance. I need you to join Remind because it's a great way to text each other. I need an email about your academic integrity policy, your thoughts about that. And then here I've given you a financial aid code that's good for 14 days. That's what this bold 4 sets of letters and numbers combination. You need to just purchase an 18-week code. So just kind of keep that in mind as you are budgeting. I checked yesterday at the bookstore and they're about $100 for the 18-week code. You might be able to get it a little cheaper through McGraw-Hill, but that's how much the bookstore is charging. Now, if you took 98, then your code should still be good. If you have any questions about that, you can always let me know. So over here on the right, you can see, on the left, there's some announcements. Anytime I make announcements, they'll pop up. Course information, I'm going to click on that. Course information, here you can see me. Here you can see, hopefully you've watched the orientation video, our syllabus, our calendar, the course overview. All of those things are here in the course information. Course content is where you're going to find the content for your coursework. So exponents and polynomials, those are our first topics that we're working on. So if I click on that, you can see you have options to print off the workbook pages. And these are the workbook pages that these may or may not go with the videos for this particular chapter. Rational expressions, they'll match up. But on this one, we've updated the workbook, so it may be a little off. But I have the workbook pages that you can print off because I'm not requiring you to purchase a workbook or a textbook. You only have to purchase the code for ALEKS. You can access videos, and these will be my videos similar to what you're watching now. I've got videos on all the different topics that we cover. So you can hop on. If you are working on scientific notation, you can come here. You can watch a video on scientific notation. If you are working on polynomials already, some of you have bypassed exponents and have gone to polynomials, you can click on any of these videos and you can make them large and watch them and then go back and work on your homework. So that is what you're going to find under, again, course content. So all the different chapters that we're going to be working on. Now, here is your other one that you're going to be clicking on a lot, ALEKS homework. Let me talk about that in just a second. Discussion, that's where you're going to get to our discussion board for your question this week. I don't do a lot of discussions, mainly just this one to introduce yourself. You are not going to see your grades. You see on my page, I've got a My Grades. You shouldn't see a place to access your grades in Blackboard. You're going to access your grade book in ALEKS. That is going to be your most accurate picture of your grades. Email, that's how you can email me. When we do review sessions, I do Blackboard Collaborate. That's something you can't see either. But let's go into ALEKS, and I just want to show you a few things. We're going to go over here to ALEKS. Got to think for a minute. Here we go. All right, so here's our class in ALEKS. And again, your page is going to look a little different. Let me go into a student view, and then I want you to see some things from ALEKS. Hope everybody's doing well today. Well, ALEKS, thanks. Here we go. All right, so after you complete the initial knowledge check, it's taking you to your path page will be what it says at the very first time. After that, it's going to say continue my path. There are some things that are important on this page. Your due date for whatever's coming up is going to be here. So chapter 5 is coming up. It's due on September 1st. So you can see how many topics you've had. I've got one topic out of 38. We have to have 38 topics done by September 1st. Some of those topics you may have already mastered in your initial knowledge check, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But this is what I'm going to be working on. Anytime you are given, once I unlock the chapter reviews and the chapter tests, they will also appear over here at the bottom and give you their due date. For the ALEKS pie, I like to look at the pie view. This is how we're working. We're pretty much kind of going clockwise around this pie. By the end, all of this should be nice and colored in and be really pretty. Right now, you can see I only have 2 topics. And that's fine. Some of you may have had 2 topics. It's just that's how your homework is set. So if you took the initial knowledge check and you got a lot of this pie colored in, what that means is that's the homework that you're already getting credit for. So that's homework that won't be in those chapters once we get to them because you've mastered them. Now you may be retested at some point through a knowledge check to just make sure that you still remember those. But for now, those are the topics that you knew. So if I continue my path, this is taking me to a problem, and it's going to take you to the problems that you need to be working on. Now, there's something that I'd like you to do when you go in to continue your path. I'd like you to come up here to this little drop-down button, and I'd like you to click it, and you'll see that you have a topic wheel. So suppose you're at home and you're getting really frustrated. You're not doing well. You can't get a hold of me with Remind. I'm either asleep or grocery shopping, or I've told you I'll get back to you, and you're getting frustrated. If you want to pick another topic, you just have to click that little down arrow. Now it looks like up, but it was down. And you can choose another topic as long as it's not locked. If it's locked, I can't get into that topic. So if I wanted to, I could go into these topics right here. So because that's not locked. And you have a little arrow over here and you can scroll through. Here's another one that is not locked. I could probably try that one out. See how it goes. So you can scroll through here, and if they're not locked, then you can work them. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go up here to this filters button, and I want you to click on filters, and then I want you to organize by pie slice. So click on pie slice, and then just click outside the box to make it go away. What that has done, if I click on the down arrow, it's lined up my topics so that they're in the same order that you're going to see the videos that I do. And again, remember, if you have mastered some topics, you may not see them in your wheel because you've already gotten credit for them. So that's one thing I wanted you to do. Also, if you'll notice over here on the right side, these are your help buttons. You can watch videos, you can see an ebook, you can see a dictionary, you can send a message to me and it will send me the exact problem that you're working on. You could print. I really don't know why you'd want to print, but you can. So those are options to get help from me and from ALEKS itself. All right, if I click on, you see what I just did? I clicked on these 3 lines. This is going to give me some information. Now, over here are some important ones that you need to know. Assignments. Assignments is where you're going to see, like you can see I've got in here your tests in here. I don't have the reviews in here right now, but they will come up, they will pop up on that main page. So right now you don't have to worry about assignments. If you want to review, I don't use the review button a lot, so don't worry about that so much because I create a review for you. All right, worksheets. Some of you have already gotten into worksheets, and you can do some worksheets if you want to. I've got it set where it will give you some review problems from what you've already done, and then a couple of problems of things we haven't done to see if maybe you might remember something from a previous math class. But you don't get any credit for these worksheets, and these are not worksheets that I assign. So don't be concerned about worksheets. Your work is the pie work, the continue your path page. That is what your homework is. That's what's getting you credit for homework. Your grade book is a way to tell how much you have gotten towards your due date. So you can see right now, remember I had 1 out of 38 topics, so that means I'm 3% along. You can go and look in your grade book at any time and you can see your percentage, and that will tell you what percentage you have so far towards that due date that you're working towards. Reports is really nice. You can look at reports to see how long you're spending in ALEKS. I go in and look at reports. If you email me and you tell me that you're putting in the correct answers and ALEKS is counting it wrong, you can go in and look at a time and topic report. That's what it's called for me. Yours is your activity report, so you can look at your activity and see the exact problem, and I can see what the answer that you typed in and see if maybe ALEKS got it wrong. Maybe you did put in that negative sign and ALEKS counted it wrong. Which that's not going to happen real often. All right, instructor resources. Sometimes I'll put paper copies of the test reviews in here. So you can see I've got paper copies of the reviews in here now. Just because sometimes I get requests for paper copies and people just want to, work problems by hand in addition to ALEKS. So I usually provide some of those in there. If you want to access the textbook, you can access the textbook here. I don't see any need for you to order a printed version. So unless you just really, 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 really need a book, then you can order that. I think it's $20 or $25, something like that. It's not very much because it's a PDF. All right, so back to my home page, back to my Continue My Path. So remember, this is where you're accessing homework. Continuing your path takes you to your homework, and that's how you're getting that homework grade built. So I hope this answers some questions about ALEKS. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me, feel free to text me, and let me know. I know this has been a crazy week, and it's a first week for a lot of people. So just keep in mind that, that we're all going to get through it. Y'all have a wonderful day.